You know what this means.
Road trip. Hey everyone, how are you doing? I'm heading off to Santa Cruz. So usually Wednesday I try to dedicate some time to get out of the house. I think it's really important. Especially it's been very busy the last few weeks. While I'm in the car here driving, I just have a couple of updates. First of all, some of you already know that I've added a live stream meditation practice. So we just did one yesterday. It was the first time. We had 9 people show up. I didn't tell anyone about it yet. So I just sent out the email actually yesterday. So people do know about it now. And it's going to be at 5:15 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to include bowing meditation, sitting meditation, and chanting meditation. So I know some of you are not familiar with the chanting and bowing. So if you want to give it a try, you can. If you just want to join for the sitting, that's also fine as well. In our school, the Quantum School of Zen, the school I teach in, we do many different kinds of meditation practices. Bowing's a very powerful practice. Really helps balance your energy, keep your mind clear, because you're doing something physical too. So if some people are having a hard time sitting, meaning maybe a lot of anxiety or maybe too much going on, you can try this bowing meditation. The chanting meditation also is very powerful practice too, right? Because it's in a language that you probably don't know. It's that way for a reason. So you don't think about the chant too much, you just actually do the chant. So the sitting meditation, chanting meditation are exactly the same. Sitting meditation, we're becoming the sitting. You are the sitting at that moment. Chanting meditation, your voice, your mind, your body, only one thing. So anyways, feel free to join me every Tuesday, 5:15 a.m. Pacific time. We also have our live stream listening party happening this Sunday. So this video is coming out on Friday. I'm not sure what day you're going to watch it on, but it's going to be the Sunday after, coming up. So we're going to continue part 2 of Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind Listening Party. So it's just a good time to connect with each other, meet people from around the world, and listen to some teachings from Suzuki Roshi. The next important update is I've completely restructured Patreon. I haven't been happy with the structure for a few months. Some of you know this. Kind of goes against my vision of what I'm trying to do. Many of you know my vision. I'm trying to create teaching content about Zen that's easy to access, clear, simple, and available to anyone worldwide. Doesn't matter where you live, whatever your economic circumstances. I want the teachings to be available, the support to be available. So the way Patreon's usually set up is in tiers, and usually the people who pay the most get the most benefits, and the people who pay the lowest tier get very little benefits, and I never felt good about that. I had a good chat with our buddy Tom. Some of you know Tom in the live streams. He also pointed this out to me, and that was nice. It was nice to realize that I'm not the only one feeling this way or see that. So I've completely restructured the way it is now. Now if you look at the tiers, basically all the offerings are essentially the same. So whether you're at $5 or $10 or $20, doesn't matter. It's the same. Because I really want people to have mostly access to the one-on-one sessions. Of course, I want to continue doing these live streams. I want to do more. I want to continue making videos. Currently, I'm doing 2 a week, every Monday and Friday. So check it out. I have the Patreon link down below in the description. If it's something you're able to do, that's wonderful. If you're not able to do it, that's also okay. That's the whole point of my vision. So thank you, Tom, for encouraging me to change that whole structure. All right, I'm going to get back to driving here. I got to pay attention to these roads, very windy, and I'll see you in Santa Cruz. All right, we made it to Santa Cruz. It's very foggy today. As you can see here, it's a foggy day. It's very common in the morning around the coast. Probably will burn off pretty soon. The last time I was here, my dad was sick. And I remember I came here, I think I was here, yeah, to finish some of my editing on the book. I'll have to check out the video. It's one of these videos on my channel. I remember coming here, yeah, finishing some parts of my book, some editing, and I also was calling people, some family members about my dad who were having some difficult experiences. So yeah, it's good to be back. It's very interesting to be back.
Storms at sea, and good-looking pirates like me. What you looking at, you dood rat? Don't be making me come down there. Come on in and play, matey. I will even to swab the decks and drink a little rum.
Rum sounds good. Maybe not this early in the morning. Sometimes I feel like this world's so crazy. Water which is too pure has no fish. Cheers. So I just wanted to talk about something that a Buddhist monk was sharing with me. You know, after the Buddha died, the teachings of the Buddha were only taught orally for 500 years. And what this monk told me is that after the Buddha died, that people were arguing about what the Buddha really said. And it was interesting because they were so attached to what he said or what he didn't say, and they were forgetting about practice, right? You know, Buddha studied all kinds of different things on his adventures, but eventually he just sat down under the Bodhi tree and really investigated this life. Why is there human suffering? Is there a way out? What am I? And he practiced. He didn't have any books. He didn't have any theory or understanding, just asking this question deeply. And apparently one morning he saw the morning star, and his mind and the star became one, and so we call that his enlightenment experience. You will see if you look at any kind of religious fighting or political fighting, everybody thinks their idea is correct. And that can even happen in Buddhism and Zen. People are arguing about what the Buddha said, or what the teachings actually means, or what is the real meaning of enlightenment, and they're just putting all of this energy into arguing, but they're forgetting about this practice, this experience of our enlightened nature, this Buddha nature. I've even had some exchanges recently with some people on YouTube and various forms of social media, arguing about the teachings, right? Saying what I'm saying is not clear, or it's not the truth. And ultimately, you know what? That's right. My teachings are not the truth, or at least the words that I'm saying is not it. The words are pointing to something, right? It's pointing to an experience before thinking. I had one case where I just finally said to somebody, you have your idea, I have my idea. So which one is correct? So if we let go of our idea, that means I let go of my idea, you let go of your idea, then what? Zen Master Sung Song would often say, if you're thinking and I'm thinking, we are separate. But if you're not thinking and I'm not thinking, we're the same. That means your enlightened nature, my enlightened nature is exactly the same. This is why in Zen practice we have Koan practice, right? To help us experience this, to kind of pierce through the understanding, or actually to digest our understanding to have an actual experience. So there's a very famous koan in our tradition. So in Korea, there was a famous mountain called Diamond Mountain. And at the very top was a Zen temple, and at the very bottom was a Sutra temple. So right in the middle of this mountain was a very famous hot springs called the Diamond Mountain Hot Springs. And it was run by an older Buddhist laywoman. And she always let any monks use the hot springs for free. So one time a very famous sutra master came to use the hot springs. And after he got out of the hot springs, he told this woman, wow, your hot springs are the very best in the world. And she said, I'm so happy to hear that. I have a question for you. So you cleaned your body in these hot springs, but how do you clean your mind? And this monk was completely stuck. That means his understanding couldn't respond to this very simple question. And really that's most important, is how does Zen practice function in our lives? It's just not something we talk about or just argue about. It's to help us make our lives clear. We are all in many kinds of different situations, work situations, family situations, and things get very intense and busy. So how does our practice help us in those moments when things are difficult? How does wisdom appear in each moment of our lives? This is the most important point in Zen practice. Listen to the sound of the ocean. That sound doesn't have Buddhism, doesn't have Zen, doesn't have good and bad, right and wrong, like and dislike. In fact, our mind and the sound become one. We are the sound of the ocean. So if this woman asked you, how do you clean your mind? What would your response be to her? Our understanding won't help us. Just connect to this intuition and then respond in a way that's clear and helpful. So let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Okay, lunch is done. One thing I do want to make clear is I'm not against studying or the sutras. It's really important actually, because it can help us, guide us to practice. It can help inspire us to practice. And I'm really hoping that all of these videos can do that. They're not meant to give you a new understanding or to have a new view on life. It's really to hopefully inspire us to practice and really how to integrate the practice into our everyday lives. So thank you for joining me on this little trip, and I will see you soon. Take care.